Hello again, everyone. Today I have another kiln opening for you, and I think I have like enough to make one more, maybe two, because I have a few plates. Kiln opening videos for you. I did record one that is a honey flux combination, which are on my last shelf in here. And as I was thinking about my kiln mold last night, I realized that I didn't prop them up on cookies, so I'm expecting that they have stuck to my kiln shelf. And this happens to me all the time. I have no idea why. I always forget to put them on cookies. I feel like I'm just like so in that like kiln Tetris mode, trying to get everything to fit as many things as I can, and I just forget to do it. So fingers crossed that they have not run very much, but I didn't use my usual combination of Stroke and Coat and Honey Flux, which generally stay pretty stable. I actually did put in some like regular glazes. So we'll see how it goes. Here we go. On this first shelf, I have a bunch of small, like just little cats that I made. So I'm not going to show you each individual one, but I'm going to grab the camera and just kind of go in here because they're all just under glaze and clear glass on top. So here we go. So like I said, these are all just under glazed and then dipped in a clear gloss. I made two masters, so like I just sculpted two different cats, and then I made a plaster mold out of them, and then I just made some copies basically, and then I just painted them all and threw them in. I think one of them, like this one, I must have touched its face, so I'll keep that one because I kind of smeared it a little bit. Oh, it's focusing on one in the back. There it is. So I'll probably keep that one, but this one is just as cute. Yeah, pretty cute little guys. Fun to make. These holes are going to be for like little tiny flowers, and then you can put some water in the bottom. I'm going to take them to my Mother's Day show. I thought that would be pretty cute. And then I'm going to put little air plants and these guys, or like a tiny little succulent or cactus or something. I thought that would be fun. This blue one's really cute. But yeah, whoops. And then I have some dishes that I'll pull out. So going along with that theme, I just underglazed these little guys. I made a 3D printed cookie cutter and just made these out of porcelain. I stamped them out and then kind of formed them with my finger. So I have a couple on the shelf and a couple on the one below. Those will turn out really cute. And then I couldn't decide if I wanted to underglaze or real glaze these lemon ones. Sorry, the sun is coming up again this morning. But I think I like the brightness of the underglaze one better. So that's the underglaze. I tried to give it kind of a two-tone kind of feel. And then this one is frosted lemon. It's really nice and creamy and cute, but it kind of filled in my little like dimples I had here. So I have two of each on the shelf, and then I have a couple more waiting to go in as well. And then just some little sauce pots. And those are the Santa Fe on speckled clay. All right, on the next shelf, we have a bunch of sauce cups and some mommy pots and a couple little like espresso mugs, I guess. I took a really cute little like stackable mug from an antique shop, and I cast that in some slip cast molds. So, oh, these turned out really cute. So they're just, you know, small little stackable. I try to get them a little drippy. This is coral sands, 2 coats of coral sands, and then 2 coats of the lemon meringue. I love this combination. I saw this online and I did That's what I tried a couple weeks ago when it was the flat. It was like lemon meringue and coral, or it's just coral gloss was the one, and it just didn't turn out. But this one has really nice drips. So pretty. So I'll do those on some big mugs as well. And then I have a couple more of these. These were kind of just testers. So this one actually is a base of the lemon, frosted lemon, and then the coral sands. And this one has, so this one has a lemon on top. This one has a coral on top. So you can kind of tell this one's just the tiniest bit more creamy and yellow. This one's the tiniest bit more coral. So I love them both, but I think I like the coral a little bit more. Those turned out really nice. And because of the drips, they're not quite stackable, but they could sit in a shelf somewhere. And then the next one I have is Blueberry Hill Stroke and Coat. Got a nice little drip there. Kind of like how it's not like super shiny. It's almost like a satin matte, or yeah, a satin matte, where it's like just a little bit matte, but loving the purple. And then the last one is, ooh, this is just Amico's lavender, just a celadon, like just plain old celadon lavender on a white little mug. My kids would love these too. I might have to make some of those for the Mother's Day show. Super sweet. Okay, then to go with the Blueberry Hill Stroke and Coat, I just have like a million little sauce pots. These are, okay, so you remember the clay, that dragon fruit clay? This one is aubergine, which is like an eggplant, I think, color, with Blueberry Hill on the inside. All of these are that same pretty clay. So it's purple, but it's not like the lavender one. It's a little bit darker. But those are pretty. And then I have a bunch more of those with some just reclaim clay. And so here's the lavender clay versus the aubergine. I don't know if you can tell the difference. This one's just a little darker. So probably just added more of that pigment. And then that's the same lavender. And then here is Blueberry Hill on just a couple different types. This is just I think this is Big Turtle by Kentucky Mudworks. So it looks beautiful on all of them. I love this color in Grapeful. Just more of the Blueberry Hill. This one is Cobalt Celadon on a speckled clay. I'm sure that's standard to 11, the speckled clay, whatever it is. I love how it got this like burned edge. Love when it does that. The Cobalt is beautiful. And then these are Poppy Celadon on a speckled clay. I'm loving like the coral pink colors this year. And then this is that same clay, or same glaze, just on a non-speckled clay. And then this one is Coyote. Really love this. It gets kind of purple at the top. This one is Rhubarb. I just got this not too long ago, so I have only used it twice, but I really love that. And this is a non-speckled clay, but it just gave that kind of speckled appearance. And then I have a whole bunch of Santa Fe sauce cups. Still probably my favorite glaze. Super easy to use. And that's from Pottery Lane here in Grand Rapids. And then I have a bunch of, we call these mommy pots, which is small pots for you to put flowers in from your kids. So I have a whole bunch of those on this shelf. They're all the same, just a little bit different sizes, but these ones are all Santa Fe. And then I have some Santa Fe on speckled clay. super pretty. And then I did a whole bunch of Spectrum's Pearl White on different clays as well. So this is Pearl White on a speckled. It almost looks like river birch. Gives it that look. But look how beautiful. It's not just like a plain white. It has these pretty like floating bits in it. Same with this. These are all the same, but yeah, the more you put on, the more white it pools at the bottom. But that's gotta be one of my favorites as well. Okay, so like I said, that one was a bunch of sauce cups, really small things, but fun to just test different glazes. All right, moment of truth. We'll see if my mugs have run off. Oops, and stuck to the kiln. Ooh, they actually don't look too bad. Oh, I think they're good. Okay. So, oh, weird. There's a big drip. I wonder how that happened. A big drip of Santa Fe got on one of my little mugs. No idea how that happened. Or little mugs, little sauce cups. I have no idea how that happened. Okay. Ooh, this one's really pretty. Okay. So this green turquoise color is like my favorite. This is Succulent, and that is just a celadon, and I put that on top of river birch, I think. I did do a kind of like tutorial while I was glazing these. I was so afraid that these were gonna just like run right off, but they didn't. And I love this color. I hope you can see it and how like muted it is. The succulent color I used on a lot of other stuff that's gonna go in the kiln next, but look at like the, what do you call that? Like modeling on the top. How pretty that is. I'm gonna have to keep that one for myself. Oh, okay. I love those, sorry. This one, okay, these were the ones I was gonna be scared about because I did raspberry mist, I believe, along with some like textured turquoise, I think a lavender mist as well. So you can see it's nice muted, all with river birch, so not actually honey flux. I remember I ran out of honey flux, which was what I was gonna use, but I used river birch instead. And it turned out, you know, equally as pretty. I just love how creamy it came out. And because it's speckled clay, it gave it even more like interest. Like look at the bottom. That's where I think I only did like one layer down there. So I kind of tapered it off where I did one layer here, 2 layers here, a real thick 2 to 3 up top. Ooh, love it. Okay. Like I said, I did a tutorial video on these, so if you go watch that next, I will upload that shortly. This one's the same, so it's got, I think, some textured turquoise in here, and some lavender mist, and some raspberry mist. This one, I believe, it's got some really pretty, was that frosted lemon color. And it's not very yellow, but it does have some pretty like yellow hue to it, and maybe like a little bit of a pink hue as well. I wonder if I put coral sands on there too. I may have, because there is just like a little bit of like a pink in there. We'll have to go back and see when I upload that video. Ooh, that was close. Look at that. So close to hitting that shelf. This one's a lot more pink. I don't remember exactly what I did with this one. But like I said, I'll upload that video. This could just be more of the raspberry mist, like I put it on thicker or something, but pretty sure I did like 4 of these different. Because here's one that's like really different. Look at that. I think maybe that one's a stroking coat. I'm not 100% sure. I'll watch my video back and I'll see if I can put up the words on the screen before I upload this so you can see what it exactly is. Because that one's got some pretty like pink. It's not like puckered or anything. It just has like a really cool appearance in the glaze. It's all smooth. This one definitely has Blueberry Hill. Ooh, that one's really pretty. It's really fun. I think I just kind of slapped it on there. That one does look like blueberry jam mixed with like cream. Yeah, I love these. Okay, one more of these like bubble tumblers, I'm calling them. And it's just more of like a pink. All of these have river birch on them. And then just another color or two. Wonder if that one's rhubarb. Okay, there's some more rhubarb sauce cups in here. And then I have two more cobalt Celadon. It's kind of dark blue. I mean, I think you can see it better in real life, but it doesn't look quite as black as the camera is making it. It's very bright blue. Okay, and then I have 2 racks of spoons, which I think I just did in the Celadons. So this is lavender Celadon. I think I just dipped them in. Oops. Just kind of a light purpley. I think it looks better on white clay, but that's fine. Ooh, here's another one of the succulent colors. Looks great on this clay. Oh, again, these two stuck together. You can still see it's pretty though. I'll just not be able to use those spoons. I wonder why they keep moving in the kiln. It's weird. I wonder if as they get hot. This is the frosted lemon, and this is the succulent. So those two will just, I could use them in my studio just to scoop stuff out. And then more of the frosted lemon. I just dipped these in. Pretty. Okay. Now I was testing out, I made these, I call them book mugs. This is a Fourth Wing patch mug. This is just obsidian. So I was testing, I got a dipping glaze that's gonna be matte. And I wanted to see if I liked the shiny black or if I like the matte black. And I think I can already know that I'm gonna like the flat better. I kind of wanted it to look like leather and like this was a patch on a leather jacket. Just Quest Squad. Okay. And then my High Lady of the Night Court mug. Kind of looks like the night sky. One turned out great. This is just obsidian and I think indigo float and a little bit of lavender mist. Just wanted a pink and purple mixed with some black. And last but not least, I did a book mug dipped in the Santa Fe green. And I thought it was getting a little thick. I might have to add some water, so it crawled a little bit. So I might have to add a little bit to it, but it's not bad. I love the contrast between this speckled clay. I feel like these two colors just go really well together. Yeah, that's it. That's this whole load. So like I said, I will have a, oh, there it goes. I will have a glazing tutorial video for the bubble mugs, and bubble tumblers here that I can upload for next week, just so you can see exactly how I applied the glaze on these ones. And then after that, I will just have to keep on pumping out more pottery. I've been accepted so far to 8 shows. And then I am still waiting back to hear from 3 of them. So I'm going to have a lot of work that I'm going to have to do. My first show is in May, so I still have some time. And then after that, I have 2 in April. So I'm going to keep making things. Send me ideas of things to make that if you go to shows that people like what are your best sellers. I'm doing a lot of those like fruit-shaped plates, lots of mugs and tumblers. I only did 2 shows last year, but bowls didn't sell very well, so I'm only going to have like a handful of bowls. But those little sauce cups are great. Small things that people can just buy for relatively cheaper are what I seem to sell the most of. So if you have ideas for me, please leave them in the comments. And as always, like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.